Hi everyone, welcome to vlog 3. I just got home from work. I got to go through my art supplies. The class I'm taking starts on Saturday at 10 a.m. I'm not used to the art classes I take starting that early. Usually it's from like noon until 3 or something like that. So I got to go through all my art supplies because Friday after work I got to go by the art store and pick up anything I might not have. So I started on the baby blanket, but instead of using the pattern I found on the Burnett website, which seems slightly retarded to me, I didn't like the way the central part looked, I used the tutorial that on Mikey's website, not website, but his YouTube. So I used that tutorial. So I'll post a link for anybody that might be interested. But I started on it this morning. Well, once again, I was waiting for my slow-moving son to get out of the bathroom. And so this is how much I have done from this morning and then a little bit at lunch. With the star baby blanket. So that shouldn't take long to finish that. So I finished the beret that I was working on. So that's done. And I kind of like the way it came out. Granted, I don't wear hats and berets, so. But it's finished. I just need to weave in the ends like everything else. So today, I injured my back last year. And I had to go to a physical therapist he's also a chiropractor. And so I didn't want to be adjusted, so I would just get the physical therapy part done. I think I've aggravated it from working out in the garden and stuff, and because it's starting to hurt and pain shooting down my left leg. So I'll be patching it tonight with one of the lidocaine patches and taking it easy. Get one of my children to help their mama out. Let's see what else. I don't think I got any interesting mail or anything like that today. So, which is good, which means I didn't get any bills either. So, there's going to be a fiber festival in Virginia. I think it's called I want to say the Bare Naked or Get Naked or something like that fiber festival. Basically, I'll be doing some shearing and stuff. And they'll have some classes. Let me see if I can find it. It is the Let's Get Naked Fiber Festival, and it is located in Graves Mountain. The location is the Graves Mountain Lodge, Route 670 in Syria, Virginia. So, and they're going to be doing some shearing, and they're going to have a couple of vendors there, some alpaca, sheep being sheared, and things of that nature. So, it's probably going to be fun. Jana's going to be going. She's the lady who owns Windswept Farms. And, depends on how my budget looks, but I'll see if we're able to go, because it's going to be like after my husband's birthday, so maybe it can be like a little getaway for us, because we didn't do anything for my birthday either, so we'll see. But yeah, that's what I have going on this weekend. Make sure my materials list is up and together, and going to my class. Other than that, that's all I've really been doing as far as my crafting and stuff. I haven't done any spinning this week because I've been wanting to. My goal is to get all my pay it forward projects done. This blanket isn't going to take long, and once the blanket's done, the rest of the scars will be snapped. So I'm estimating by Friday of next week, I should have all my Pay It Forward projects done, and then I just need to mail out stuff to people, and then I can concentrate on my spinning again. The one thing, like I said, the one thing I like about these projects is that I get to use up a bunch of my like piecemeal yarn and scraps and stuff like that, and anything that's really small, because I don't do granny squares. I don't have the patience for sitting there, especially people who do those little ones, like you need 200 granny squares for some project. You done lost your money. So I save that little bits and pieces left over to tie my skeins with for my spinning. This is how much progress I'm making spinning that silk with my spindle. So this is how much I've spun of this silk. And I know it looks big on video, but it's not. Let me see. I'm tired, y'all. I am tired. But I forgot one. I've been saving my peach pits. I'm going to see if I can get some of them to come up. Then I'll graft them together to have me a little peach tree up here. Probably won't make no decent peaches, but let me know. Try. Is there? Okay. So, this is a penny. And that is the string going across a penny. So that gives you a true idea of how fine that single is. But, so I've been working on that a little bit. Which, it's not the same as using my wheel and stuff, but it is my spinning. Okay, so what knowledge can I impart on you guys today? Let's see. How about we discuss promotional techniques for your crafting, if you're selling your crafts and everything like that. Okay, one thing that you can do is you can, if you were, okay, let's say you're selling on Etsy. So you have an Etsy address. One thing you can do to help promote yourself is that if you have a personal website or a blog and you are knowledgeable enough to go into your meta tags, you can go into your meta tags and you can mention your Etsy URL and things like that, so that the search engines will have even more places to pick up your company name or your Etsy shop's name. The more places you mention it, Reddit, Yahoo, add a URL, Google Plus, Blogger, Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, tweeting it, any other top social websites where you mention it and people start mentioning it and people start blogging about your product, then that'll help build your brand and build your reputation. But just like good news spreads fast, bad news spreads even quicker. So you need to be prepared for someone who may or may not like your product and bad mouth, or someone who sees you as competition because you're putting out a similar product to them. So you have to be constantly checking, doing a search of your company's name to see if you find any negative propaganda out there, and then you can try and put those fires out by getting some personal what's the word I'm looking for here? I took my meds. I'm tired, so words aren't coming to me very well today. Testimonials from clients and have them posted on their blogs, their Facebooks, their websites. You could put a video up on your blog about your products, which just post a link to it. But the main thing is having a personal website, even if it's just a brochure style website that you go in and you update the links regularly, you update the content in the meta tags regularly, you have your geotag in there. So those are just some things you can do to help, get your work name out there and promote yourself. Just little simple steps. There's a book called SEO Management, and let me see. And it's, even though it's an older book, It has some really good information. There's also a book called Building Findable Websites, Website Standards, SEO, and Beyond. And this book is a couple of years old too. A lot of stuff's changed. This is it right here. But it still has the basics. You just have to apply what you learn in here with the new HTML5 guidelines. So, and the other one is more of a step-by-step teaching you. I don't know which bookcase it's on. So I just don't see it offhand. So it could be. I have an even smaller bookcase on the side over there, and I have that bookcase, and I'm not sure which bookcase it's on. So yeah, as you can see, I am still pretty much well endowed, even though I had breast reduction surgery. Like I said, I'm a 40D to a 40C cup, depending on how the bra is made. But I don't have the problems I used to have with the larger breast. So, yeah. Even though I wanted to be smaller, my doctor refused. So, I bought some of the Addy crochet hooks. And just to try them, I have been hearing good things about them and everything. Even though I know they were this style of hook. And because I haven't used this style of hook since 1992, it's very awkward trying to use these. But since I spent all that money on them, I guess I should learn how to use them again. So, yeah. And I was like watching some of you guys' videos and stuff, and one thing I think that's a recurring theme is others' perceptions of us, what others think or are saying about your blogging and everything. This form has the ability to be very therapeutic for you in a whole. It's an opportunity for you to get to know people, not just as YouTube personalities putting up their craft items and sharing their craft items and stuff, but an opportunity to get to know them as a person, and where you can relate to them even more, and and learn from them, and then they learn from you. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with sharing, because you never know how, just a simple sentence about something that happened in your life might be the turning point for someone else, for them to seek that path that they had always walked past before. So don't be afraid to be who you are, to be yourself. And if other people can't deal with it, then it's not your problem. It's really not your problem. There's nothing wrong with being honest, even being brutally honest. Somebody told me one time that I have no tact. I'm like, I don't have time to be trying to be pretty with somebody. If I got something to say, I say it and keep on moving. Take it how you want to, and just keep on moving. I don't have time to be sitting there trying to prettify something. If it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, then more than likely it's a duck. And so why would you sit there trying to make a skunk weed smell like a rose with lies? I feel like if you're not being yourself and telling and being how you normally are, then you're lying. You're being a liar. You're lying because you're not representing yourself as you normally would to someone. And I ain't about that. It's as is. What you see is what you get. For me personally, if I say I'm going to try and do something, then I try and do it. If something comes up and I can't, then I try to own up to it. I'm sorry, I just can't do it right now. When I get some free time, I'll try and do it. Or, with the kids, we can't do it right now. It's more important. You got to get the roof fixed or get Marissa's braces. When we can afford it, then we'll try and do it. But if it's not necessary for life, well-being, and clothes on your back, a roof over your head, don't start getting in my face about it, because then the answer is going to always be no. You know, and if you can't go work and contribute to this household and keep this house clean, then why should I take my hard-earned money that I could be using to pay a bill or get repairs done to this house and things of that nature and waste it on something that I consider trivial and frivolous? So that's just how I feel about it. And you know, and that's just how anyone should feel, you know. Let me see. I really like the hat that Bruno made in the chroma colors from Knit Picks. I have friends here in the knitting group that I'm in. But it's not necessarily a knitting group. We're a craft group. We do all kinds of things, from paper quilling to knitting, weaving. We have some ladies who do embroidery, all crochet, all kinds of stuff. They do dyeing, any dyers, all kinds of stuff. So, but I'm trying to remember where was it. Oh, I don't forgot what I was telling y'all. I ain't stopping this video to go back, so whatever. Okay. That's gonna frustrate me. So, whatever I was getting ready to tell y'all, I've forgotten, and I'm sorry. But that's the nature of my illness. Hold on. Alright, before I ran off on another tangent, I really like the hat that Bruno did using the chroma colors. So today I ordered, I'm assuming you only needed one skein for the hat, for the beanie. So today I ordered the one that I like, the paperback, I think it was called. I ordered one skein of the paperback. I ordered the Rigid Hello reed. I got the 10.5, I think it was 10 or 10.5 dent for the Rigid Hello loom that I got from the auction. And I also ordered some more acid dyes because mine are getting really low. Excuse me, because I have a bunch of white fiber and that I've already separated into 4-ounce braids and 8-ounce braids that I need to dye in brighter, bolder colors, because apparently that's in right now. So I gotta dye. I gotta do some dyeing soon. And the pollen index was 11 this morning out of 12. Car is covered in pollen again. And so my eyes have been itching all day, my ears, my nose. You know, when you're breathing in pollen, it's like having dust, it's tickling your nose, and so you're always doing this because it feels just like it just itches. Sniffling and coughing, because you can be talking and your throat's scratchy and you feel like something is, like, you know, sticking in your throat, and you're coughing. It's just been a rough day, and all that makes you tired. I'm lucky, knock on wood, that I don't have, asthma. If the way I have to deal with all this pollen and my allergies, I can't imagine someone who had asthma on top of all these other pollen things, and how having to breathe, trying to breathe, as well as deal with all these other symptoms. It's just horrible. And that's with the 24-hour medication. It's 24 hours. You only get to take 1 or 2 a day. And it's the allergies are so bad that it doesn't even really feel like it's working very well this year. So like I was saying, order that, and I'm gonna probably make my son a beanie for school season next year, or fingerless gloves. He loves fingerless gloves. He wears them all the time. He sleeps with the the creeper fingerless gloves I made him. He sleeps with those under his pillow. by his pillow on his bed, and he has his black ones. You have to make him take those off. He wears those to school off. He even plays his instrument with those gloves on, and it's like a security blanket for him, I think. And he says it's because that way with him all the time. So and that makes me feel good. He is my baby son. He is spoiled. I'm not gonna lie, but he's a good boy. He does very, very well in school. Smart. Doesn't cause any trouble. Stays near the house, and isn't out there like roaming the neighborhood like other people's children. Okay, this is something, one of my pet peeves. Okay. I live in an older neighborhood in Norfolk, Virginia. It's called Berkeley. And we have sidewalks. We have nice sidewalks. They've been redoing a bunch of our sidewalks to make them more wheelchair and handicap accessible. So we have very nice sidewalks. Nothing irks me more than driving home and some of these dumbasses with their pants hanging down, with their drawers all out, walking down the middle of the damn road when there's a perfectly fine sidewalk that they can be walking on out of the street. And then these little kids see these fools doing it, and they emulate them. They try to walk around out in the street and stuff too. Okay, I drive a larger vehicle, and some of these kids are only 4, 5, 6 years old. There's no mother nowhere to be seen. And they're all over the neighborhood, running around, playing, cutting through people's yards who don't have fences up. Just being a menace, because you have to creep through the neighborhood driving super slow because, one, you got these assholes in the road. And yes, I'm cursing, I'm sorry. But then the other part, you got to be waiting because you don't know if these dumb kids are going to try and run across the street from behind bushes where they're playing and stuff. And it just annoys me to no end. When I grew up, you stayed out the road. You stayed out the road. And I grew up in the country. Okay? I wasn't in a city environment. Even in the country, you stayed out the road. And if you had to walk, if you had to walk, you walked beside the road as far away from the road as you could on the shoulder. And if there was a ditch, you could jump across and walk on the side of the ditch, because then if somebody lost control of the car, you got the shoulder and the ditch between you and them. You see what I'm saying? So I don't understand why people are teaching their children anymore, because apparently they don't have any common sense and no sense of self-preservation. And my husband is always saying, "Oh, you think you got bumpers? We'll see how far you bounce." Especially for these teenage and adult boys walking around with the pants hanging down to the dang knees and this. I mean, come on now. You know what that says to me? That says to me that if you go to jail, you are prepared to be some man's bitch. That's what that says to me. That says to me that you are ready, willing, able, and accessible to a man to rape or have his way with you if you ever go to jail or prison. That's what your pants hanging down off your behind says to me. Okay? And, hey, if that's the way you want to roll, feel free. That's your that's your business. And so they don't even know what it means walking around with the pants hanging out like that. Prisoners did it because they're not allowed to have belts, because they will either use them as weapons or hang themselves. So they had no choice. They have these saggy pants and stuff. So, and then these men, when they got out of prison, they families had put them out. They had nowhere to go. So all they had was basically what they had, and no way to keep the pants up on their behinds until they could do better for themselves. At least that's what my research has told me. So basically, you're walking around saying that you are a bitch and a whore to be used by other men as they see fit. And I don't even see any of my daughter's gay friends, male friends, walking around with their pants hanging off their behinds like that, because they ain't about that. They are about looking nice, looking sharp, and looking attractive. And I don't find anything attractive about some young man walking around with his pants hanging down, his underwear showing, and, you know, I don't know. I just don't get it. Like I said, I don't understand people. I don't understand how these people think anymore. And I don't want to, because there's so much ignorance out there now that is ridiculous. It's like there's no freaking common sense whatsoever. And some of these boys are not dumb. They are very, very smart when it comes to numbers. They could outthink some of the best bankers when it comes to figuring out how to price something, what's sold, what's not sold. They keep it all up in their heads. So some of them have the abilities that they could be some of the best financiers in the world. But yet, instead of taking that ability and that knowledge and applying it to something positive, they stand out there in the corner being a target for somebody else, or, you know, or chased by the police and stuff. And I don't understand that either. Well, I don't have the money for college. Bullshit. Call it like I see it. There are so many scholarships, Pell Grants, all kind of things out there that you could go to school. They even pay, some of them even pay for your bus fare to and from school, ferry fare, whatever, to get you back and forth to school. No, it don't have anything to do with money, because there's ways around that. What it has, you know, it has, what are you willing to give up to get where you want to go? That's what it has something to do with. Everybody wants easy, 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 easy. Well, life ain't easy. Nothing was ever easy. And I'm pretty sure it's not easy standing out there on the corner looking over your shoulder every 2 freaking seconds waiting for the cops to come arrest you, wondering if the FBI or the narcs, you know, got you in their sights, wondering who gonna snitch on you, wondering if somebody finna roll up, instead of buying something from you, they're gonna shoot you and kill you. You know, I'm pretty sure that's not, you know, what you want out of life. And if it is, then you're a fool. So, alright, I'm getting off my pedestal, because this is going to be like a 30 freaking minute video and something when I put both of them together. But that's what, you know, was in my heart today. So that's what I had to talk about, because it's ridiculous, the things that's going on. It's not just in the black community. It's across the board. You're seeing it in every neighborhood, you know, color don't matter anymore when it comes to the ignorant children. And here's what I'm saying. And people can't say, well, I tried. Okay. This is one thing from the Bible. And it's not, I don't think it's even just found in the Bible. I think there are written and orally passed down words about discipline, probably in almost every race. And spare the rod ain't one of them. My kids got spankings. I got spankings. Well, we didn't call it spankings when I was growing up. We called it killings. In the days, you know, y'all will probably say, oh, that's child abuse. That's child abuse. The spankings that we got, they'll be calling it child abuse. No, I earned every one of the spankings that I got. I earned every one of them. And I learned from every one of them, too. I bet you I didn't do it again. To this day, I bet you I didn't do it again. And never will. And my mother and father have never had to go to a jail and pick up any of their children for anything. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I feel about that. There is nothing wrong with this. There's a difference between disciplining a child and abusing a child. There is a line you cross. Okay? 1, disciplining the child. That child needs to know why they are being punished. Not just once, not twice. They need to be told before, during, and after. And then while they're grounded, after they get the physical spanking or whatever, after they're grounded, then they need to write an essay or something about why they received corporal punishment and were grounded. They need to tell you that they understand exactly why you put them in the position they're in right now. Now, abuse is if you lose control during these proceedings and you keep hitting that child, spanking that child until you cause damage on that child. Well, you're hurting him or her mentally. It didn't hurt me mentally. It made me think before I acted. If you consider that to be abusive, then you're a fool too. if that punishment, remember that spanking, is going to make me not do something I ain't got no business doing in the future, I don't consider that mental punishment. You're stifling your child's growth. Really? Let me see. I graduated from high school with honors. I graduated from college with honors. Everything that I did when I was in the Navy was with honors or high grades. How did that stifle my growth? Explain that to me. No, it didn't stifle my growth. Not at all. Nor did it stifle my brother's growth, my sister's growth. It didn't stifle any of us. It made us think the next time that, you know, what they say, out of hands, out of mind, or the devil's playground. That is the truth and the word. Because if you don't have something positive to do with your hands and your mind, most of the time, your waking hours, trouble is going to find you. And half the time, the person that brings the trouble to you is somebody that's supposed to love you. All right, then. That'll be something else for another time. But thank you guys for watching my videos. I'm really starting to enjoy this. Because, you know, I don't get to talk like this. Because the kids will tune you out. Sometimes, some of the stuff they'll remember and everything. But a lot of times they tune you out. And I don't have any family up here that I deal with. And I don't have anybody in this neighborhood that's a female that I deal with on this level. So the older ladies that on the street that I used to live on, I would speak with them and stuff like that. And one of the things with me is my family always said that you're an old soul, you know. I feel more comfortable around, I always felt more comfortable around older people than with people in my own age group, age range and stuff. I always felt like the people, even when I was growing up, I always felt like my cousins and stuff the same age, like they were just stupid kids. That's, you know, why come y'all don't listen? You know, y'all need to listen. Y'all gonna get us in trouble, you know. There's a reason, you know, I was always thinking ahead, thinking of the fallout. And like, if I do this, what's gonna happen? So I'm not gonna do it because I don't want a spanking, you know, kind of thing. So my husband got my 7th dust. I think we're going to get rain Saturday. I have to check the weather again because, you know, the weather's been so nice the last couple of days. And always, with my luck, it always rains on the weekend when I got plans to do stuff outside. So I have to check into that. So I'm going to go because this video is going to be almost like, it's going to be like 40 minutes, 30-something, 40-some minutes. So you guys take care. And I'll be looking forward to seeing your videos as the day progresses. Take care.